just really looking for a way to get our first win with anyone that's out there with us.
The Broncos hoping to make a statement in prime time, looking for their first win of the season.
Take it 1 week at a time and, focus on one game and, try to get to 1-0 in our own minds.
As they start week 4 with a new quarterback under center against the Jets.
We just think he deserves a chance here to see how he can do here as a starter.
Plus, damage from the Cameron Peak fire, dozens of buildings destroyed.
On some level, no one ever believes fire is going to hit you.
The encouraging news is firefighters work to contain it and making the presidential debate more civil. The proposed changes after interruptions and bickering took over in Tuesday's debate.
At the end of the day, we got to make it work and we got to find ways to win football games.
Strong words from Broncos safety Justin Simmons as the Broncos get ready to play in prime time tonight against the New York Jets, and it's a game you can watch right here on Denver 7. Good morning. Thanks for joining me for Denver 7 News at 11. I'm Eric LUPHER in for Brian Sanders and Molly Hendrickson. The Broncos will have to overcome a lot of injuries tonight, and the team will have its third starting quarterback of the season. They're also winless on the season, but so are the Jets. Broncos head coach Vic Fangio says the players are hungry to get their first win.
I think the morale of the guys is good. We understand the situation we're in. We can't change anything that's happened. All we can do is look forward and prepare for our next game, which is coming here quickly on Thursday. And I think our attitude is good.
The Broncos are full of injuries. No Von Miller, Cortland Sutton, or quarterback Drew Lock. Lock will still be out for at least a few more weeks, and tonight quarterback Brett Rypien will get his first career NFL start. He'll be the 9th starting quarterback since Peyton Manning retired. Denver 7 sports director Lionel BIENVENU introduces us to the new Broncos quarterback.
Good morning, all. Welcome to game day. Yes! There's no better day of the week than game day. In this case, it's game night. Thursday night football, Broncos and Jets right here on Denver 7. And we got to introduce you to Brett Rypien, the 3rd starting quarterback for the Broncos this season. Now, we're going into game 4, so that's not best case scenario. It usually means you're 0-3. They are. The good news is Brett seems exactly to know what he's doing. He's very smart, great football IQ, 24-year-old free agent wasn't drafted out of Boise State. He was signed to the practice squad, and now after going 8 of 9 against the Bucs, they put him in. He's got a chance to prove himself once again and show he's got what it takes to make it in the NFL.
I just have to go out there and prove people wrong. And, for me, I played this position for a long time. I played 4 years in high school. I played 4 years in college. So I've seen a lot of games. I've seen, got a lot of reps, seen a lot of defenses. And, I think that's probably my best quality is being able to understand defenses and think fast and get the ball out.
He executes well. He's quick-minded. He gets the ball out quickly, which I think is important. And he went in and did some good things. And so, that's what we're going to do moving forward. We're looking forward to putting the plan together for him to be able to go out and execute and, try to put that effort on the field and get a win.
He's quick-minded. That's what you got to be behind that offensive line to avoid a sack. All right, Thursday night football, kickoff 6:20. Complete pregame coverage starting at 4 o'clock and going right up to 6. And we got complete postgame coverage, too, right after the game is over. So Brett gets the start tonight. If he can get the win, then will Drew Lock be back for the next game, October 11th at New England? Look, there's a chance. But Broncos insider Troy Rank said it's probably going to be October 18th in Miami when Drew comes back from that sprained shoulder. So can Brett Rypien take this team, lead this team to 2 wins and be on a 2-game win streak by then? Is there still hope? Yes, they could also be 0-5. We will find out. That's the beauty of sports. You have no idea what's going to happen, but it all starts tonight against the Jets right here on Denver 7.
0-5 would not be fun. Our Broncos insider Troy Rank says one player to keep an eye on during tonight's game is Broncos running back Melvin Gordon. Rank says the team may have to lean on him to ease the pressure on Rypien, who is getting his first NFL start, of course, tonight. And someone to keep your eye on when the Broncos are on defense is safety Justin Simmons. Rank says Jets quarterback Sam Darnold gives opponents 2 or 3 chances a game to catch an interception. We will have more coverage of tonight's game starting on the news at 4. Tonight's kickoff is at 6:20 right here on Denver 7, and stick around after the game for post-game coverage. The Titans-Steelers game that was supposed to happen on Sunday will now be postponed to later this season. It's because an additional Titans player and a team employee tested positive for the coronavirus just today. The Titans had other players and employees test positive earlier this week. The NFL says the decision to postpone the game was to ensure the health and safety of players, coaches, and game day personnel. Well, unemployment claims in Colorado fell below 5,000 last week for the first time since the pandemic. Since the end of March, the state has paid out close to $5.5 billion in benefits. And jobless claims across the country have been at a high level for weeks. Hundreds of thousands of Americans are struggling to make ends meet. As Rena Roy reports, some are blaming Congress for not reaching an agreement on a second coronavirus stimulus relief bill.
The U.S. is now in its 28th straight week of historically high jobless claims. 837,000 Americans applying for unemployment benefits last week alone. Today, more than 40,000 airline workers woke up without a job, furloughed or laid off after federal funding ran out at midnight.
What do you do when you lose your dream job? Where do you go from there?
Back in March, airlines received $25 billion from the U.S. government. Now they're asking for $25 billion more, but Congress is in a months-long stalemate, failing to come to an agreement on another bipartisan coronavirus stimulus relief bill after the last one expired in July. Some small airports won't have any commercial flights at all. American alone is canceling flights to at least 11 U.S. cities.
There's going to be significant reductions in service that are going to affect so many communities.
The new stimulus bill would also help restore the $600 federal unemployment benefits and extend the Paycheck Protection Program to help small businesses like restaurants.
Their priorities are on partisanship. And it's a disgrace.
The cruise industry also hit hard. The months-long no-sail order for cruise ships was set to expire Wednesday, but is now extended until October 31st.
You have a significant density of people in a confined space and unclear how optimal the ventilation is. And that's a recipe for COVID-19 spread.
According to the website Axios, CDC Director Robert Redfield had pushed to extend the order until February of next year, but that plan was allegedly blocked by Vice President Mike Pence. The White House, however, saying that the coronavirus task force is following the data and the science, Axios reports. House Democrats initially planned to vote on their $2.2 trillion stimulus bill on Wednesday, but pushed it to today. The bill is expected to pass in the lower chamber, but not in the Republican-controlled Senate because of the high price tag. Airlines say they will recall their workers if Congress reaches an agreement. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
At 11:08, we're seeing new images of smoke from the MULLEN fire. It's burning along the Colorado-Wyoming border. These photos show the smoke along Highway 127. This is in Jackson County. That's one area under evacuation orders right now. There's also evacuations in northwestern Larimer County. The MULLEN fire has burned close to 120,000 acres. And it's that smoke from the MULLEN fire that's expected to slow activity from the Cameron Peak fire. Containment has grown to 30%, and these are photos showing firefighters working on those containment lines yesterday. At least 95 structures have been burned or destroyed in the Cameron Peak fire. That includes Shambhala Mountain Center. Employees were evacuated Saturday as the fire moved in.
The fire, it just destroyed a lot of the stuff that we'd started to build. So, it's really starved us of the funds, but we're getting so much support from our community and from people all over the place.
So sad. The fire has burned 125,000 acres and is the third largest in state history. Firefighters say they expect the fire to burn through the month of October here.